This is Angel Reese begging to be noticed.
If you search for her Instagram, you will not be able to find it.
This is the way that she continues to market herself.
I understand. You want to wear it. You feel great about it. You got a great body. You play in the WNBA, but you cannot cry. You cannot say anything.
She doesn't like to stop at gas stations because she's so pretty and everybody wants her.
It's another example of the clear difference between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
The reason that people hold her accountable is because it's hypocritical on what she says.
Angel Reese is only 22 years old. So is Caitlin Clark, and she doesn't embarrass herself like this.
Angel Reese is making waves again, but not for her game on the court. From bold claims about being prettier than Caitlin Clark to stirring controversy with her social media moves, Reese has become the center of a firestorm.
And if you're going to sexualize yourself, then you're going to have to develop that level of thick skin to where you're not affected because you are mad at people responding to you. She knew when she left the house and putting on that hookup that people were going to criticize or have something to say from it, and that's why she did it.
But is this attention for the right reasons? Or is it all a calculated distraction?
This is a desperate cry for attention.
If you don't want people to talk about something in particular, then you don't give them anything to talk about.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark stays in the headlines for one reason only: her relentless basketball dominance.
If you compare and contrast Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark is the type of person to where she would be putting up shots in the gym with nobody around, trying to get her game better. Angel Reese is the type of person to go to the gym with a camera crew so that she can document it for the gram and for TikTok. But you can't then complain about how people react to it.
The contrast couldn't be clearer. Today, we're peeling back the layers of Angel Reese's latest drama and exploring why her choices keep sparking criticism while Caitlin Clark keeps winning respect. Buckle up. This one's going to be explosive.
Angel Reese is constantly humiliating herself. I'm so scared. Lonely men keep messaging me on Twitter asking how much I charge per hour. They treat me like an OnlyFans model. Why won't they respect my ability to miss wide open layups? I want to be known as a pretend basketball player. Why are lonely men looking at me and spanking the waker?
Angel Reese's claim that she's prettier than Caitlin Clark has sparked a heated discussion, but it's not just about looks, it's about priorities.
Angel Reese is taking the gas station. She doesn't like to stop at gas stations because she's so pretty and everybody wants her. Can you just post stuff with you having a basketball?
Look, this is why I don't like going to the gas station, because people always rolling up on my car.
At least she actually has some clothes on in this video. Ain't seen a basketball in her hands all off season.
Reese's social media presence often leans toward showcasing herself in ways that invite attention far beyond basketball.
And he was right. It seems like they'd rather be a social media influencer, and I understand. She said, listen, they don't pay me a lot of money or whatever, so on and so forth.
I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I don't even know my salary. I'm living beyond my means. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
From provocative posts to bold declarations, she has cultivated an image that focuses more on attracting followers than refining her game. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark presents herself as the polar opposite. She's never relied on flashy antics or controversial statements to make headlines. Instead, she lets her skills do the talking, breaking records, commanding the court, and elevating the WNBA with her talent.
She's literally held up an outline after getting waxed. Oh yes, please tell me how sexualized you are.
While Reese's narrative often shifts to personal drama, Clark remains laser-focused on her craft, proving that true recognition comes from performance, not publicity.
She did retweet this tweet from SZA. Your life is yours, not anybody else.
And then she want to go over and say, your life is yours and all of that. That mean that you affected. Usually what happens is if you don't like how people are reacting to you, then you change the type of content that you're putting out there.
This difference isn't just a matter of personal preference, it reflects on how both athletes are perceived. While Clark earns praise for her professionalism and dedication, Reese faces criticism for what some see as a distraction from the game.
You want to continue to make millions, you want to be a public figure, you want to be an Instagram influencer, you can't start complaining when you get the visibility.
Angel Reese is clearly using it to her advantage. The problem is if she keeps whining about it, everybody is going to just lose it on her once again. Be who you are, be authentic, own it. You want to wear that? Own it.
But is Reese's approach helping her brand, or is it creating a divide between her and the fans who genuinely value basketball over theatrics?
And y'all just don't like women because Angel Reese is gorgeous.
We just don't like how hypocritical you are once you advocated becoming equal with men and you wanted the same pay and you wanted the same visibility, but you don't want the criticism that come along with it.
Angel Reese's decision to delete her Instagram account added fuel to the ongoing controversy, but the move raises a critical question. Is this genuine or just another attempt to control the narrative?
Charleston White was right. She markets herself as a woman similarly to how they market themselves on OF versus a person that is supposed to be in the WNBA. And if y'all want to change the image of the WNBA, then y'all gonna have to do it differently. Otherwise, y'all making yourselves look bad.
While Reese claimed she was tired of negative comments, she remains active on platforms like X, TikTok, and Snapchat. If her intention was to step away from criticism, why not take a complete break from social media? This selective withdrawal highlights what many see as a contradiction.
If you're constantly posting bikini pictures on Instagram, you're leaving absolutely nothing to the imagination, then you're likely going to develop a following of lonely men who request new spanking material every day. You set the expectation of how people are going to treat you.
Reese often claims she wants to focus on her life and avoid negativity, yet her actions seem designed to keep her name in the headlines. Sharing personal updates, posting provocative content, and responding to criticism suggests she thrives on the attention, even when it's not always positive.
Some people are more respectful and love the game and is trying to elevate the game, and some people is just trying to get paid off of benefiting from the visibility that comes along with it. I think that she's the latter.
Contrast this with Caitlin Clark, who has never made herself the center of such drama. Clark's social media presence is clean and focused, highlighting her achievements, engaging with fans, and celebrating her love for the game. This approach not only garners respect, but also ensures the conversation stays about what truly matters: basketball.
Have you ever noticed we never hear about the sexualization of Caitlin Clark? Why don't we see Caitlin Clark being sexualized? Because Caitlin Clark doesn't allow it.
Reese's mixed messages, on the other hand, continue to create confusion, making it hard for even her supporters to defend her narrative.
Caitlin Clark is treated like a professional basketball player because that's how she presents herself to the public. With Angel Reese, it's the complete opposite.
Angel Reese's off-court behavior during the WNBA offseason has raised serious questions about her focus and authenticity as an athlete. While her peers, including Caitlin Clark, have been seen training, improving their skills, and preparing for the next season, Reese has largely dominated headlines for drama, not dedication.
I want you to remember Angel Reese doing what WNBA players do best, whining and complaining, painting themselves as the ultimate victim.
What's striking is the absence of any substantial basketball-related content from Reese during this time. There are no clips of her practicing layups, improving her shooting form, or building her game. Instead, the spotlight has been on her social media controversies and questionable claims.
If you search for her Instagram, you will not be able to find it. Angel still is on TikTok and Twitter, but Instagram is a wrap.
One of the most debated moments came when Reese claimed she was injured and unable to play, citing a supposed fracture. Yet just days after this announcement, fans saw her dancing on TikTok, driving and engaging in activities that would contradict her injury claim.
So y'all know I hurt my wrist. I'm out for the season. I fell on my hand when I got the EM1. When I fell back, fell on my hand, and it is a small crack in my bone. I literally could have not played anymore because my bone this is a very hard place to heal because the blood flow is literally slow to that. So
this raised eyebrows, with many questioning whether the injury story was a convenient excuse to explain her absence from basketball-related activities or to shift attention from her team's early elimination.
This is Angel Reese begging to be noticed.
To make matters worse, Reese's public complaints about the WNBA's pay structure added another layer to the controversy. She openly criticized the league, claiming that the salaries were too low for her to cover her expenses.
I don't even think that pays one of my bills. I don't even know my salary. I'm living beyond my means. No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
While discussions about athlete compensation are valid, Reese's approach came across as deflective, especially when paired with her lack of visible effort to advance her career during the offseason. Her critics argue that focusing on self-improvement and building her brand through performance, like Caitlin Clark does, would have been a more impactful way to address such concerns.
After the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like, I guess people thought that was like because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, like, multiple occasions people have made AI pictures of me, like, naked.
Angel Reese designed herself as Barbie or whatever she did and took her clothes off for Instagram and posed and all this stuff. What happened? She claimed to be sexualized. What is that? Drama. Total drama.
The way that she dresses invites unwanted sexual attention.
The stark difference between Reese and Clark becomes even more evident here. Caitlin Clark has spent her offseason setting an example, consistently showcasing her commitment to the game. Whether through clips of her perfecting her craft or her disciplined engagement with fans, Clark's actions underscore her professionalism.
But every time you see something relative to Angel Reese, what's it about? It's about her. It's not about her team. It's about her. One makes it about her, the other makes it about us.
Meanwhile, Reese's antics, from provocative posts to inconsistent narratives, have alienated many fans and drawn criticism, not for her talent, but for what's perceived as a lack of seriousness about her career.
And I think that's the dope thing about Caitlin, too, because regardless of the scrutiny they put on her name, every time she's came out and spoken publicly, she said, hey, I'm good, but we need to push the league. And like you said, she did a lot of vocal stuff that helped a lot of black women in the process, man.
Angel Reese cares more about influencing than she does about basketball. Now, you can't necessarily say the same about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark understands that people are tuning into her, how she's going to transform what is happening in the WNBA, and the WNBA needs to embrace her more because she's going to get them women paid.
Ultimately, Angel Reese's offseason has been defined more by controversies and contradictions than by growth or preparation. And while Reese may believe these moves keep her relevant, the truth is that they could overshadow her talent and jeopardize her legacy as a basketball player.
Angel Reese is on the cover.
You're telling me this is sports and Angel Reese is like top of sports? Like she's the face of influential sports? I mean, that literally renders that issue in that publication stupid and useless. Sorry.
The only time that we tend to notice her is when she has said something A, about Caitlin Clark, and B, it seems to be stupid.
At a time when the WNBA is striving for greater visibility and respect, Reese's actions risk undermining the very progress the league is working to achieve. Angel Reese may think she's steering the narrative, but her actions tell a story that's hard to ignore.
Angel Reese is saying the exact opposite of, I'll just embrace it, I'll be the bad guy. I mean, maybe this is the long play of her actually embracing it and being the bad guy by posting something like this, so we'll talk about her. But in episode 1 of her podcast, for the actual logo and the image that went along with the podcast, there's Caitlin Clark on it. Caitlin Clark's in the headline because of the clicks. And here is Angel Reese getting clicks again.
But Angel Reese should be thanking her lucky stars that Caitlin Clark came along, because she's making Angel Reese a lot of money and she's getting Angel Reese attention.
From bold claims and provocative posts to inconsistent behavior, Reese's off-court controversies continue to overshadow her on-court potential. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark remains focused, letting her basketball brilliance define her legacy.
She continues to hate on Caitlin Clark, and it's basically pushing the narrative that the media and other players in the WNBA and people in general are just hating on Caitlin Clark when there seems to be no reason why. So when you start to try to figure out the reasoning, all you can think of is maybe they're jealous, maybe they think it should have been them, that maybe they don't like how much praise Caitlin Clark is getting. It doesn't make sense.
This contrast isn't just a matter of personal preference, it's a lesson in what it truly takes to earn respect and admiration in the world of sports.
It is pure, unadulterated jealousy. And the last clip from Angel Reese, they're watching me too. They're watching me too. It's like she's begging us to believe in her validation. And so people need to see, I think history is repeating itself, and Caitlin Clark could be raising the tide and lifting all boats. And I think Angel Reese needs to take a pill.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
We don't get to say, well, Joe Rogan is #1 and we are important too, because that's not how podcasts and competition works. You know who tells you you're good? The flipping market tells you're good.
Fans want authenticity, dedication, and a commitment to the game, not distractions and drama. As the spotlight shifts back to the court, the question remains: will Angel Reese rise above the noise and let her talent shine, or will her legacy be defined by controversies that could have been avoided? Only time will tell. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of sports and the stories shaping the game.
Let's face it, like it or not, Angel Reese is riding Caitlin Clark's coattails. But Angel Reese should be thanking her lucky stars that Caitlin Clark came along, because she's making Angel Reese a lot of money and she's getting Angel Reese attention, such as being on the cover of Sports Illustrated.